welcome to On Stage with Dorothy Meets Alice. I'm your host, Erin Boni, and we are here to promote the 5th and final show of the season for 2026 at South Park Children's Theater. Today I have several guests I'm going to interview for this production, which will appear on the outdoor stage from August 3rd to the 12th. So make sure you see it before those kids have to go back to school. I know. The outdoor stage is a unique experience because family and friends can bring camping chairs and blankets to sit on the green. There are no bad seats. There's a concession stand for both snacks and drinks available, and no show is longer than 90 minutes with intermission. Also, prior to the show, my personal favorite part is the actors coming out to the audience in character to interact with the patrons and the little kids. So first up, I have Madi, Charlotte, and Eva.
Hello.
Thank you guys so much for being here today. Awesome.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah. So historically, the final show of the season has been a teen/alumni show. So we're going to see a lot of older kids, I guess, here.
Mm-hmm.
But can we first talk to me about your character in the show?
My character is Kevin. He works with Bob, the other flying monkey, for the Wicked Witch.
Flying monkey, that's fabulous.
I
forgot to say
Okay.
you're a flying monkey.
Well, he's
Yeah.
the name. He's Kevin. Yeah, that's good. Now, did you get to come up with that name, or is that
Yeah.
he came with? Nice.
She
You get to
was.
decide.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love it. So Kevin and Bob are the flying monkeys.
Yeah.
All right. Very good. All right. I love it. And so Charlotte.
My character is Judson Watson. Judson is from Pittsburgh, so that
Oh.
is pretty fun. But just totally blanked on what I was about to say.
No.
So the way that Judson comes into this story is Judson has to do a book report, and
Okay.
at first Judson's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna watch like a movie on TV
And
that's
then
based on a
turn
book."
it
That
into book.
movie
Okay.
is The Wizard of Oz.
Nice.
So then he has to turn off the TV and go to bed, but then he grabs a book, and the book he grabs is The Adventures of Alice in Wonderland.
Oh,
so he gets
no.
he gets a little bit into the book and then falls asleep. And he's having this dream about all of these characters meeting, and
Nice. So your character's almost kind of like a narrator, or like that person on the outside of the story. I don't know.
No,
Like
I'm-
we're seeing a little bit through your eyes. How
I'm
they're
in
coming
the
together.
story, too.
You're in the story as
Yeah.
well. So, but because you've read both these books, or
Yeah.
read the book, seen the movie, you are bringing all these characters together.
yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome, because I know South Park is always, taking a different, a direction on old stories that we have seen before. Judd. Okay, that's awesome. I love it. Eva, how about you?
Hi. Okay, so I am Dorothy.
Okay.
And Judson brought me into her dream because she was watching The Wizard of Oz and then fell asleep while reading The Adventures of Alice in Wonderland. So now it's this whole crossover. And basically, Dorothy is just like how you would remember her.
Okay.
Just like this kind of whimsical, dreamy girl that's like very kind and courageous.
Yeah. Now, does she want to go back to Pittsburgh, or is she still pining for Kansas?
No, she wants to go back to Kansas.
Okay, all right. I thought maybe we could have, maybe a switcheroo of where home actually is. Oh my gosh, I love it. So, Madi, talk to me. How long have you been involved in South Park Theater?
So this is actually my first show in South
Wonderful.
Park Theater.
Good.
I did like a theater camp when I was like 7, but
Awesome.
I moved and I came
Okay.
back. So
Awesome. That's wonderful. Now, have you done theater anywhere else, or is this just like your first venture back?
I've only done theater through South Park. So,
Okay.
yeah,
That's awesome. Well, we're glad you moved back. That's
you.
awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So, flying monkeys. Do you get
Yeah.
some wings? Or you don't know yet with costuming?
I'm not sure yet if I have wings
Okay.
yet. I hope I do.
Yeah, so I'm thinking like some cool fairy wings, although if you do too much fur, it might be a little hot in August. That's my only
Yeah.
concern. But that's wonderful. And where do you go to school? What grade are you going into?
I'm going into TJ High School,
Okay.
9th grade.
Okay, awesome,
Excited.
good stuff. Because again, one of the things I like is how many of you guys are from different places.
Yeah.
So Charlotte, I know you've been involved for a while, but tell me, what show are we on for you for this? Or even what year? I don't know.
don't know, but this is my 7th year. I started when I was 6 years old. This is
Wow.
my first year of being able to be in the teen show.
Yeah,
so
that's always exciting. Like I said, it's kind of like a rite of passage moving up a little bit. That's awesome. And what grade are you going into, and what school do you go to?
So I'm going into 8th grade, and I go to West Jefferson Hills School District, just like Madi.
Okay.
And Yeah.
That's awesome. And I know, have you done things for school too, as well as South Park, or South Park kind of your main?
We don't really have that many school theater opportunities before
That's
8th grade.
Right, gotcha.
There is like a drama club elective in 8th grade though, so
you're hoping some of all your hard work will pay off a little bit in a different direction too. That's awesome. All right, and Eva, I know you've been on my other shows, but I, just for the sake of keeping it together, how long you've been involved in South Park, and where are you going to school? What year?
I've been involved with South Park for about 4 years now, since like the 2023 season. So This is my 4th year doing it.
Yeah.
I am 16 years old, and I will be going into my junior year this year at Baldwin High School.
Awesome. Good stuff. Yeah, so we have some experience and some. I find that a lot of kids got their start with coming to the camp, which is a great way to kind of jump in a little bit before you really get to see what a full production is like. All right, so Madi, talk to me about how does one prepare to be a flying monkey? How do you prepare for this, and what do you find like really cool and fun about this particular show?
This is gonna be funny. You just kind of gotta wing it. Funny.
I like that. You gotta wing it. Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah. Since this is like
let the fur fly.
Yes. Since this is like actually my first show, I don't really like know what I'm supposed to prepare for, but I'm just kind of like winging it.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of my favorite things that's gonna be exciting for me and my role is how much we get to like not in the because like in the beginning you get to like walk around in character in the audience, but like in our play we have some audience time where we go like from the stage and like act in the audience.
In the audience
so
too. Oh, that's fun. You get to like break that wall and get out there with them. That's really cool.
That's something.
Yeah, so we don't have to go into any kind of major method acting of what it's like to be a flying monkey.
Not yet.
So that's awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
All right, Charlotte, how are you preparing for this particular character based on other ones you've had? Because you're kind of playing a real person in a fairy tale, right? Ish? I don't know.
I just practice my lines with my sister like any chance I get, and just like try my best from there.
Yeah. Now, being from Pittsburgh, is there any Pittsburghese, any of that going on in there? Any Pittsburgh dad kind of stuff?
So, my character, no, but there is another character that does have like Pittsburghese.
Gotcha.
My character personally does not have
need to do that, right? Okay. But Lisa, so it's interesting. So you're almost kind of like Alice and Dorothy, but instead of you're falling into two different worlds. You know what I mean? Instead of just one from the Berg. Very cool. All right, Eva, so you're Dorothy, but you're Dorothy brought in by Judd. So how is that a little different than maybe some other princess characters or things you've done before where it's been complete, I guess, fairy tale land?
All right, so because it's like the Dorothy that Judson would know, and since it's from the movie, I'm like trying to sort of imitate Judy Garland's way of portraying Dorothy, but also, putting my own spin to it, and also just playing the character how I would play her.
Good. That's awesome. All right, so let's do this. Give me a line, a sentence, a short phrase. Why do we need to come see Dorothy Meets Alice?
You need to come see Dorothy and Alice because there's a lot of cards, like good card games there.
A lot of good card games. All right. Very good. All right. And we'll know when we get there, right?
Yeah.
We'll know what that means.
It is a very funny show, and there are a lot of things that I'm not sure if everybody in the audience will get, but I appreciate them.
Gotcha, because you know the two stories so well. Awesome. What about you, Eva?
I think that there are two stories that like most people are familiar with. If not, they're like really into it. So I feel like it would be fun to like see this sort of crossover. And like me personally, I kind of really love crossovers between like two things that I really enjoy, and then seeing them how they interact
together when you don't expect it. Wonderful. Well, thank you guys so much for being here with me today.
Of course.
I really appreciate it. Awesome. And to our audience, we will be back in just a moment with a few more actors from Dorothy Meets Alice. So please stay tuned. welcome back to On Stage with Dorothy Meets Alice. I now have Emilee, Mary Claire, and Austin with me, some more actors from the show. Welcome, and thank you guys so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, we're happy. So we're going to continue to ask about the characters and tell me, so Emilee, who are you?
I'm the Cowardly Lion.
That's awesome. I love it. Okay. So how does the Cowardly Lion interact, I don't know, a little differently with some Alice characters? Is he scared of everybody?
Yeah, I'm pretty skittish. I'm a pretty skittish character and very jumpy at times, but yeah.
That's pretty awesome. I would think, I was like, he was afraid of like the flying monkeys and stuff. I can only imagine like some cards are coming out, or like even the rabbit with a tea kettle, or whoever's showing up, you know. I'm much more familiar with Wizard of Oz than I am Alice in Wonderland, I will be honest there. So, Mary Claire, who are you?
I play Alice.
Awesome. Okay, and so talk to me about, so how are you true to the character? How is it different for you? Does Judd pull you into, or you just kind of stumble upon Dorothy and everybody else? How do you appear?
So I'm also like pulled into Judson's dream. But I try to play the character like based on my life experiences and like how I was at that age.
Nice. Oh, I love it. That's awesome. Austin, who are you?
I'm the Scarecrow.
Naturally. Yes. Oh my gosh, I love it. And so are you still looking for, like, are we all looking for the same thing still, or are we distracted by some other adventures?
Yeah, it's a pretty similar story. I'm still looking for the brain that I
Misplaced.
think that I need, but we're all in the same sort of situation, and we've all been pulled in from all different places, so there's a little bit of maybe a different adventure going on here and there, but I'm still looking for the one thing that I need.
Right. Okay. That's awesome. Oh, I love it. All right. Talk to me about what you find most interesting about this crossover, and maybe a little bit about how you prepared to be your character.
I find it interesting how like all the characters interact with each other and how they like talk to each other and stuff like that. And I don't really prepare to get into the character. I don't know. It just kind of like happens. I just kind of get into it. Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't see you as a skittish person, but I think this would be really fun to play.
Yeah.
Right? You could really get into, you know, pretending to be afraid of everything, even though I think you're pretty fearless, you know, as far as that goes, Emilee, from what I know of you. So, Mary Claire, you'd already said that you based Alice a little bit on your personal experience. Let's talk about that first. What do you mean by like at that age? What are you imagining? Because again, I'm not as familiar with Alice in Wonderland. So what are you jumping back towards to pull Alice out?
So this past year, I was an aide in a kindergarten classroom. Nice. So a lot of the kids in that class had like kind of the same feelings that Alice did, like asking a lot of questions, like fixating on like very small details and getting distracted super easily.
Oh, that's awesome.
You know, I kind of took some of her lines and I was like, wow, like they were really just like that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And what do you find interesting or captivating about this particular show?
I just think it's really silly.
Okay. Awesome. And you think that those young kids that you're almost playing, that'll be in the audience, will really, like, they'll kind of buy in and enjoy that too?
I think so.
Okay, good. Because I said, when I think of Alice in Wonderland, I don't know, I think too much of, actually like, just really kind of crazy and avant-garde things, but I like the take that you have on it, that you know, that it's just that curiosity and the where am I, what's going, like that disorientation, but also that curiosity that would come from, you know, like 5-year-olds, which is like really cool. All right, Austin, tell me, how are you preparing to play the Scarecrow? Because I think you're a pretty smart dude. So, you know, looking for your brain, but being a little anxious, kind of like Cowardly Lion, but a little different.
Yeah, The Wizard of Oz is like a pretty classic movie. It's a show. There's a lot of different like adaptations of it. Yeah. So there was a lot of inspiration online to kind of like look at different versions of the character and kind of get into the character in the show specifically.
Nice. And what do you find neat about this particular crossover?
I think it's different. You know, I've seen a lot of different South Park shows, but this is a different one. I was really excited for this show because I think it's just really unique. Okay,
very nice. Oh, I love it. All right, so I'm going to ask some questions because now it is the teen show, but I like to know where everybody goes to school, roughly how old you are, and then tell me, you know, either what you like best about South Park and or how long you've been involved. So talk to me, Emilee.
I've been at South Park for 5 years.
Awesome.
I'm 13 and I go to South Park Middle School.
Awesome. So this is right in your backyard. Yeah, which is awesome. What have you liked most about your experience at South Park Theater?
I love how like nice everyone is and how easy it is to make new friends and meet new people. You know,
Yeah, and it's nice kind of branch out from your school district.
Yeah.
What's funny is I think for it being in South Park's backyard, you're one of the few South Park kids I actually know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's a lot more from, Bethel and Baldwin, I feel like, kind of take over in terms of the amount of kids, but that's awesome. Thanks, Emily. I was going to call you Alice, but Mary Claire.
Yeah, so I'm 23 years old. I live in South Park, but this upcoming school year I'll be teaching preschool and kindergarten at Evergreen Montessori in Carnegie.
That's amazing.
And I really enjoy South Park Theater. I mean, I went to watch the shows when I was like 3 and 4 years old, and so I told my mom, like, I want to do that, and she said, you have to learn how to read. And so I did. I auditioned that following year when I was about 5 years old, but I didn't make it in. So this is kind of like fulfilling that childhood dream of mine.
Oh my gosh, did you wait that long? This is your first time back?
Well,
Or did you do some in high school?
I was in a play at South Park Children's Theater in 2021.
That's right.
I was in My Sister the Dragon.
Okay.
But we weren't able to do a lot of like the audience interactions.
Right, because
So
we're still
this
like
is
in
like,
COVID era. So this
You
is
know,
like
like I
back
get
to
the real
normal.
full experience.
Yeah, and I forgot to mention, this is not, I shouldn't call it the teen show. It's the teen and alumni show. So, oh my gosh, but you're going to be teaching. That is so amazing.
Yes, I'm really excited.
So, where are you going to school to prepare? Like, I mean, you said Montessori, but where'd you go to college?
I went to St. Vincent College.
That's awesome. Oh, good stuff. Oh, wow, you're going to be ready to go. You're going to be like, I played out. You should, you might even see some kids in your class that hopefully like come to see you in the show. Like, how awesome will that be?
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. Austin.
This is my 5th year here at South Park Theater. I've been doing theater for a long time now. I'm 15 years old, and I'm going to be going into my junior year at Baldwin High School.
Crazy. I know. Like that time goes so fast. What do you like most about being part of South Park Children's Theater?
I really like how diverse it is. There's so many people. Like, I've met so many new people through this theater and through the different experiences that I've had here. But there's also just so many unique shows that I've seen here and that I've been a part of, and I think that's really, really special.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Awesome. All right. Well, I'm going to give you. I need the plug, like I need from everybody. Give me a sentence, a phrase, a short explanation. Why do we need to come see Dorothy Meets Alice?
Come to our show to find out who goes to Wonderland and who goes to Oz.
Oh, I like that. Okay.
I think there's something in this show for everyone. So if you like things that are a little bit silly, you'll love this. And if you like things that are a little bit scary, you'll like it as well.
Awesome. Austin?
It's like 2 in 1. It's The Wizard of Oz and Alice in Wonderland, so I think it's something for everyone.
Yeah, you can't lose, right? And even if you aren't completely unfamiliar with all the shows, I'm pretty sure we'll be able to catch up. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for being here with me today.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. And to our audience out there, we're not quite done just yet. When we come back, we are going to be here with another alumni actor and also our director. So stay tuned. Welcome back. We are here to promote Dorothy Meets Alice, and this time I have the director Liz and another alumni performer Josie. Thank you so much for being here today to talk about the show. So Liz, I'm going to start with a question that I thought about when the other three were up here. Is this a show that's been done before?
It has. I was the stage manager the last time that we did this.
Okay.
So it is exciting to get to fully put my own piece into this about 5 years down the road.
Okay, very good. Just because Austin mentioned he had never seen it before, I mean, that doesn't mean that was unfamiliar with it. So I didn't know if it was a new crossover or something that had been done before.
No, yeah, we did this about 5 years ago.
7, I think.
7 now?
2019.
Okay.
Yes.
Time goes fast. When we're older, we think things were just, that long ago.
2020 is always 5 years ago.
No, isn't that terrible? I know. It's crazy, isn't it? As we get further from it, and it was its own 5 years in itself,
Yes,
right? As that we lived through.
Yes.
So, very good. So, Josie, I'm going to pivot to you here as an alumni performer, very much also like Mary Claire and our Alice. Talk to me about your character.
I am the Red Queen of Hearts.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's a lot of fun.
Yeah, so you get to be kind of the Alice villain, I
Yes,
guess, would be the
yes.
way. Yeah. It's been a while, I think, hot minute since you've been a villain. hasn't it? I don't know.
2 years ago when
Was that
I was
with the rainbow hair?
Yeah,
Yeah,
is
that was a
Witch
good
in
one.
Rapunzel.
Yeah, that was a good one. Okay. So do you have a preference of playing good people, bad people? Is there something more fun of playing? Because I think you're a pretty nice person. But is there something kind of cool playing something that goes against your character?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have a preference for playing a good guy or a bad guy, but there is always a bit of fun that comes with getting to be a little mean and a little evil.
And it being like, okay,
Yeah,
right, yes.
yeah.
It's like I have to do it for the part.
Yeah.
You know, it's not really who I am. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Liz, I know now that this is what your second production as a director.
Yes.
Okay. So compare, I guess, a little bit last year from this year and tell me what what's better about, which I know because I teach teenagers all the time, what is better about having kind of an older crew, 13 and up, versus, 6 to 18?
Yeah,
Year-olds.
the 6 to 18-year-olds I mostly had when I was stage managing. Definitely like harder crowd control, I would say. With the teens, I get to give them more creativity and more freedom in this. And it's great to see and allow them to bring their pieces into this show as well, bring their own thoughts and imagination alongside mine.
Right, that's awesome. So do you find anything a little more challenging with teenagers? Like, are they a little more dramatic at times? Or, I mean, I say the word dramatic, yes, they're all actors, of course they're dramatic. But I mean, what would be the challenge, like, in terms of maybe not having that wider age gap, that they're all really close in age?
I think they are all, we start to get yappy backstage, or when we're not the ones actively doing anything. And I would say that is a little bit hard, but overall, this is a really great group. And after just a little bit of redirection and just talking, we can get everyone on the same page.
And just kind of pull it back in. No, very good. And last year, I don't know if you had any alumni students. I think they were pretty much all teens from the teen show.
They were pretty much all teens.
Yeah, so how many, do you just have these 2 alumni
I just have 2 alumni this year.
But that's great, though, to kind of bring them back in, because I know that their original idea was for it all to be alumni at one point, and then with kids going back to college and it being the final, leg of the season, that tended to be,
Yeah, time conflicts just didn't make that super realistic, and I was the stage manager for the first alumni show.
Okay.
Which actually this was the first alumni show, I believe.
Well, there it is. So not only was the first show, but yeah,
it was definitely hard with that to like have enough people. And this time I got to create some more characters, so we had more than written in the show. And
because you're familiar with the show, that was a little easier to do.
Yes.
So, yeah. Awesome. All right, Josie, so talk to me about what is it like, I don't want to say coming back, but I mean, now you've been away to college, it's a little bit different. Is the magic still there? How is it a little different on the other side?
It's definitely a little different because I've come to see all the shows this season, and seeing all the kids who I've known since they were like 6 years old be like, wow, you're back. And it's like, yeah, I still live here over the summer.
Yeah, like I didn't really move away.
And even then, my college is only an hour away.
Right.
But being in a show, it still feels the same as it did last year and the year before and the year before that. So it's really nice. It is really nice to get to see all my younger friends from back home.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. So talk to me about this crossover then. I'm going to start with Josie here. How is it different? How is it the same? How are you pulled in by this kind of Pittsburgh human, I'll say a human character, but normal person character, I guess, out of this fairy tale land?
Yeah, the show takes place in the Tulgey Wood, which in the canon of Dorothy Meets Alice is in between Oz and Wonderland.
Okay,
so
somebody had to make up a spot. That makes sense, okay.
Yeah. It's in the original Through the Looking Glass by Lewis Carroll, but they just put it in between Oz and Wonderland.
Nice.
So when the crew tries to go into Wonderland, I stop them, and I'm like, you can't come through or I'm going to cut off your heads.
Right. Off with their heads, all those things.
Yes.
What other ancillary, I guess, characters from Alice are involved? Because obviously Alice is there, you're there. I mean, you guys are the main crew. Who else is involved?
The Dormouse, the Mad Hatter, the White Rabbit.
Okay. Are there any deck of cards or anybody in there? Is it a little too outside?
I have a head henchman who is there, so...
Perfect, because I think it was Madi mentioned something about card games, so I'm sure that's maybe a little inside joke on some things that happen there. Very good stuff. So, Liz, do you find it, I'm trying to think, challenging to work with a crossover of two things that I guess really aren't so different. I mean, they really are like people that are plucked out of their everyday lives and put into kind of a whole new crazy world.
To Judson's dream.
Yeah.
No, I think it gives more opportunity having two inspirational pieces to pull from. So there's just more to work with there.
Okay, very nice. All right, well, I'm going to do my final thing. I'm going to plug for the show. Why do we need to come see Dorothy Meeting Alice?
You gotta come see, figure out where you can get a table at Banana Bees, and
I can hear screaming from the other room.
And figure out who's friends with who.
Okay, yeah, because I would imagine, right? I mean, there's a lot of crossover. They're going to be, maybe make some friends if the Queen allows. So,
The Queen allows.
or the Queen steps aside. Why should we come see it?
You should come see the show or it's off with your head.
That's right, which is perfect. Oh, thank you guys so much for being here with me today.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. And to our audience, please come see Dorothy Meets Alice at the Outdoor Stage at South Park Children's Theater from August 3rd through the 12th, before those kids go back to school. Boo. Shows are Mondays at 6:30, Tuesdays at 10 a.m. and 6:30 p.m., and Wednesdays at 10 a.m. Over the 2 weeks, you'll have 8 chances to come see the show, so come out, bring your chair or blanket, and enjoy Dorothy and Alice's worlds. Thank you so much for being with us at On Stage.